but I have to talk about this. Matt Walsh, loserthink, complete loserthink, and guys like him, and I can't stand it. Go to BigManComics.com for the best in action-adventure entertainment. Hey guys, Gabe Eltaeb here. I've stepped back from making videos for a little bit because very busy finishing up some comics, but I have to talk about this. Matt Walsh, loserthink, complete loserthink, and guys like him, and I can't stand it. I'm a Christian, I'm a conservative. Matt Walsh is a brother in Christ, but his concept of entertainment and all that is loserthink. When he denigrates movies and TV and video games and all that, it's really dumb, and I'll tell you why it isn't smart. My buddy, good friend of the show, friend of the channel, and personal friend of mine, Matthew Marsden, was saying, I had that opportunity to buy the Chronicles of Narnia. Couldn't get conservatives to put up the money. Wow, that's insane. I didn't know that. I thought I knew Matthew, but geez, I didn't know that. I told him, let me lean in and read here. I think at this point we need to accept conservatives, by and large, won't put their money where their mouths are in regards to financial support of the arts. They fell into the psyop that music, movies, TV, and all of the forms of entertainment are quote-unquote dirty. That's devil music. Those are dirty, dirty movies, blah, 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 blah. So someone then says to me, and I don't know if he was being, I think he's on my side here. He says, it ultimately comes down to the form of Christianity that most American conservatives practice. You are to be in the world, not of the world. So why are you wasting your time reading that stupid fantasy novel? The Bible's right there. And I told him, something. Here it is. This is ignorant and goes against the teachings of Christ. What? We're supposed to make art? How do you know, Gabe? Christ himself used parables. When Christ was teaching with the disciples and all that, famously he gave the Sermon on the Mount and he gave other parables. Parables is a fancy word for fiction. Untrue stories that never happened to make a point. Christ himself used parables, which are fiction, to make points and to persuade people. Being a Christian means being Christ-like. That's what the word Christian means. It means I am Christ-like. Therefore, if stories are good enough for Christ, then they're good enough for me, right? So that's my point when it comes to entertainment. The religion of the day, unfortunately, is entertainment. People are more into Netflix and Funko Pop and video games and movies and music and all that than they are into actual religion. It's unfortunate, but it is what has happened in the West, by and large, the whole world. This is a very sad thing, but it is reality. And part of being a man, part of being an adult, part of having resolve, following God and doing what you have to do is dealing with reality on reality's terms, right? I don't say, well, ice cream should make me lose weight and give me a six-pack. It doesn't. It doesn't, and it's never going to. So stop wishing for things that aren't real. So people worship entertainment and streaming and movies and music, and they don't worship God like they used to and they're supposed to. There's decades and decades of research going back at least to the 50s, but I know for hundreds, thousands of years, the smartest, evil, manipulative people around, they understand that storytelling is the ultimate form of persuasion. Because storytelling talks to the subconscious, and your subconscious doesn't know the difference between reality and fiction. That's why when a monster comes on the screen, like that, you jump. It's a TV screen. A TV screen cannot move and slash and bite you, yet you jump. Because your subconscious doesn't know it's real, right? So this is why movies and music and all that, they talk to you deeply. And the skill of being an artist is creating patterns. Your brain is primed to receive patterns like a puzzle piece. When you receive good patterns, that means good quality art, you get dopamine, you get pleasure, right? Pattern recognition is survival. Your body rewards you for it. So that's why you love entertainment. That's why you love a good hook in a rock song. That's why you love a satisfying ending to a story, satisfying ending punchline to a joke. Art is patterns that give you pleasure and teach and persuade you things. And when art is executed well, whether the story is evil or good, your brain thinks this is reality, like the monster jump scare. Your brain thinks that, oh, dad is an idiot. America sucks. All these things are put into art. So when people like Matt Walsh, through total like snobbery and ignorance, say video games are stupid and movies and music and all this crap, they're being foolish. Again, Christ, the person that Matt Walsh and I claim to serve as Christians, he used fiction. Lord of the Rings is fiction. Narnia is fiction. And Christ himself used fiction. He used parables. Not always, but he did use it. It is the most powerful form of persuasion is storytelling. This is known. This is studied. This is scientific fact as much as we can know anything is a fact, right? Everything's theoretical. If you dig deep enough, everything's a theory, right? It's a theory that I'm real and you're real, right? But my point is, I cannot stand how so many in the Christian world of the West and just conservatives, Christians, they're like, they come to this stupid millimeter deep thinking about entertainment. They make dirty music, dirty movies, dirty everything in entertainment, so I won't participate. This is beyond stupid. You haven't thought this through at all. Let's deal with reality on reality terms, like adults. Are people going to stop watching movies, music? Are they going to stop? No, they're not. So what we do, as Matthew Marsden and myself and others, we need to raise people to be artists from a young age on the anti-woke, the conservative side, the patriotic side, the Christian side. And then we will have art as good or better than DC Comics, better than the Snow White movie from Disney, although that's a very low bar. I think a high school production could do better than that. But you understand my point. People aren't going to come watch your Christian movie or TV show or read your comic book if it sucks. They won't, because art is only persuasive if the patterns, that's all art is patterns, are executed by the artist with great skill. So when we try to stay out of art and have this dumb idea that you're wasting time with fiction and blah, 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 was it a waste of time when Christ himself was teaching parables? What do you think my comic books are, Big Man Comics? What do you think they are? They're parables. They're stories about love, about resolve, about faith in God, about love for your fellow man. I put a Bible verse in Dean Cain, All-American Lawman, but I don't hit you over the head like a woke idiot. I don't do things like that. I entertain you first. That's the sugar. The medicine is the message. But you never know that I gave you the medicine. It's the sugar to, that old saying, sugar helps the medicine go down, right? A little bit helps the medicine go down, medicine go down. It's a song. Is that from Mary Poppins? I don't know what the hell that's from. But when you execute art at the highest level, you can persuade anyone of anything. And if you're a follower of Christ and you care about your fellow man and the world, then you'll use your art to persuade them to live lives of victory, of glory, of love, of service to Christ, of self-sacrifice. The Bible says there's no greater love than to lay down one's life for another. I worked at DC Comics for years, and it got more woke and more woke and more woke to a point where they asked me to make some material that I found completely objectionable. I couldn't make it. I walked away from making six figures. Oh yeah, I did. I made six figures for the better part of a decade when I was a freelancer working for DC and Dark Horse and Image and all that. And I walked away like that without a plan because they wanted me to make books with gay underage romance. They're underage, DC, not doing it. And anti-American sentiment for Superman to take away his truth, justice, American way thing. I just walked. Because I know the power of art and persuasion, which Matt Walsh apparently doesn't. And people like him. So you conservatives, shame on you. The ones that don't want to support the arts, that don't want to participate in the arts, that discourage your kids from being artists when they're little. And, get your head out of the clouds. Get a real job. Art is a real job. And by the way, art is inherently conservative. What? Yes, art is inherently conservative. It's not degenerate, disruptive, just deconstruction of all norms. That's a new thing. If you look, go ask an archaeologist what art looks like. When they dig up all these civilizations around the world from thousands of years ago, do you know what the art says about the people? When you find these things, these pottery shards, these mosaics, these sculptures, the art is celebrating the culture. The art is, we were the Etruscans and this is what we did. The art is, we were the Greeks and this is what we did. That's conservatism. Loving one's father, your patrimony, your culture, your religion, where you're from, loving that's what conservatism is. That I owe a debt to the people who came before, to the system that has built the great things that I have. That's all conservatism is an appreciation of everything you've been given. We have a responsibility to make art better than the woke people, better than the leftists, better than the communists, better than the degenerates, better than the devil worshippers. We have a responsibility to destroy them in the marketplace. And I'm tired of weak-willed, limp-wristed losers sitting on the sideline pretending that they don't make art because it's evil. You're afraid of the fight. You're afraid of the hard work if that's who you are. So if you support this nonsense from Matt Walsh about not making art, you got mush in your head. I'm sorry. It's stupid and you need to change what you're doing now. Guys, go to bigmancomics.com right now. Get yourself an inspiring, uplifting, some might call it a parable, about love and self-sacrifice. Dean Cain, All-American Lawman, Volume 1. I also have Empyrean. I'm finishing up the lettering right now. I should be done with the lettering by Wednesday. Color corrections probably by the end of the week. Empyrean is going to go on a crowdfund sooner rather than later. Tyrus, I've illustrated it through page 73. I had to pause illustrating that, doing the inks on that to finish Empyrean. And we're just going to keep rolling, baby. We're going to keep rolling. And we are going to be Christ-like and make parables that inspire people to greatness. Follow me on X, I'm Big Man Comics, right here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'm Gabe Eltaeb. You see how to spell it right there. It's a strange spelling. It's not an American name, but I'm all American. Anyways, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I need you guys. Support me. I know you want to support me. You love supporting me. You get great entertainment. You get awesome expert opinions like this. And we become internet friends, whatever that means. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow us on social media and go to bigmancomics.com.